Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kilroy Films. I'm James. I'm a budding videographer that has just made the step from hobbyist, cameraman, videographer, whatever you want to call it, filmmaker, into more of professional level, starting to get paid for work and doing more things. And with that comes gear. And today's video is about this thing, the Godox VL150. Unboxing. Now you may notice it's not actually in a box. Well, that's because I'm in a very small room. There's a bed over there. I'm kind of got a bit of stuff going on behind me in the corner, and I've had to rig up the room with an overhead camera just above me, my Canon M50, and in front of me the EOS R, lighting over here to the right, and I haven't got much room left. I've also got something here that I got with the light that I want to talk to you about as well. So I took it out of the box. Long story short, because there's no room in here to do a proper unboxing. One other thing I just want to apologise for is this chair I'm sitting on is very squeaky. Yeah, I'll try not to move too much. Okay, so when you make the step from hobbyist into a more professional kind of production outfit, you need to make sure you level up. And the last video I did a few days ago, I talked about the Canon M50, which is currently my overhead, and stepping up to the EOS R, which is a much more professional camera. I won't go through all the features. You can look up lots of YouTubers talking about both these cameras and how you can get the most out of them and what the specs are, etc. But for me, I'm happy that that camera that I'm looking at right now, talking to you guys, is going to take me into the next year, maybe 2 years. The Canon M50 is working out perfectly as a B cam, but the next thing I really needed to level up is my lighting. Hence this little baby here. So first, before I talk to you about this, let's talk to you about what I've currently got. So these things, the ESDDIs, well, actually the second set of lights I got. The first light I got was this thing here in the background. This is the Neewer 576 CN576. So it's an LED panel which you can turn up the brightness, whoa, turn down the brightness with a manual control on the back. Actually, one great thing about this, which I will just show you, is the fact that it takes batteries. So the Sony MPF batteries, I think they're called. Just put that for the top down as well. So you've got the control knob, as I said, on and off switch over here, and space for up to 3 batteries. I've actually got 2 on there at the moment. So this is actually really cool for taking out and about, for doing outside shoots or shoots where there is no power. But it does also have a DC in as well, and it comes with the power and everything as well. It did come with barn doors, so you can do more of a focus beam. They got broken. I haven't got them anymore. It came with this stand, which is okay. But these stands, let me put this back, these cheaper stands have, I'll show you one here, these little plastic tighteners, and that one already, it just turns and turns and turns and doesn't actually secure the legs in place. So they're cheap, basically. I can't remember how much I paid for that light. It wasn't a great deal, but it served me really, really well as my first light. If you've got nothing apart from natural daylight, which is great, of course, one of these is fantastic. And then as you level up your gear and get some more lights, having that as a backup light, a secondary light, a fill light, a hair light, which I'm trying to do now, I'm not sure if it's working particularly well in this enclosed space, or an outside battery operated light, is perfect. So I'm keeping it, and it's doing me a great service. But the next set of lights that I upgraded to were these ones, the ESDDI lights. Now they came in a bag like this. I'm just showing you the bag actually for this point, because it's quite a cool feature. I mean, the bag is cheap, the zips are going to break eventually, the stands that the lights sit on are eventually going to wear out the corners and I'll probably get holes, etc. But it's great for carrying around 2 lights. Now, one of them I'm actually using to light me right now, but I'll show you what the other's like. I think on Amazon at the moment, and I'll put a link to it in the description, or I'll do an overlay or something. I think they're about £90 for a set of 2 at the moment, but I actually got them in the last Black Friday sale, so not that long ago. It was in a flash sale, and I picked up this set for like 40 quid, I think. It was either 35 or 40 pounds. So it was a bargain. But, I mean, it leveled me up a bit, but maybe not quite enough. So that's the whole point of this video, the next level. So you get 2 of these, which are the soft boxes. I'm going to quickly show you, just unravel the cable. They come with a very short cable, so when you've got the light fully extended, the plug doesn't even reach an outlet or an extension lead. You have to physically lift up the outlet off the floor. So that's one drawback with these. You can't really fully put them up high, but they're very easy to pop up, the reflectors, the soft boxes. You just push that circular piece there, I'll just do that again for the overhead, into position, and it clicks in, and that's now erected. That's your reflector, with the cord on the back and with the piece for connecting to the top of the stand and tightening up right there. So let's talk about the stand. Let's just put that to one side. You get the stand, which I've already explained is quite a cheap and cheerful stand. You've got these plastic grippers, tighteners, whatever you want to call them, to extend the legs out, lock it into position, and then it's got 2 more. See, they're very fiddly, very fiddly. You've got 2 more for extending the height of it, and as I said, if you've got it full height, you have to lift up your power outlet that you're plugging into because the cord isn't long enough. But yeah, you've got the standard extension poles. And on the top there, you've got, I don't know what you call these, but the piece, the grommet, whatever it is, for the light fitting to fit over the top and tighten onto. So you get 2 of those in the kit. What did I do with the bulb? I didn't get a bulb ready to show you over there somewhere, but you get these big bulbs, and that's one of the first drawbacks really. It's single color, it's not dimmable, you can't change the brightness, it is what it is. So you get one of these diffusers, one quite thin diffuser that you put over the front. Once the bulb is in position, you put this over the front, and it's got some basic Velcro tabs on the top, the bottom and the sides. I can't do it whilst keeping in frame and everything, but you get the idea. The diffuser goes over the top, stretches over there, and that's the light. And you've got 2 of those, and as I say, I picked them up for 45 quid, so it was pretty much a good deal. But I've found their limitations already. 1, I've already said, the power cord. 2, the fact that they're single colour and you can't change the brightness. 3, I can't use them outside. So, the Godox VL150. Now, I talked in my last video about selling some of the lenses for the Canon M50, which I did. And I achieved just over £500 for all 3 of the lenses that I sold. Very, very happy. I had my eyes on, after watching lots of YouTube videos, the VL200, which is the middle of the range in this VL series from Godox. Obviously it's brighter, it's 200 instead of 150. I'm not going to go technical, by the way, with this, because there's plenty of YouTube videos out there that will talk to you about specifics and color ratings and all of that stuff. You can watch other videos to get that stuff. I'm just talking to you from a beginner's point of view, what a difference this is going to make to my kit and how I achieved it budget-wise. So I ended up with a 150 because of budget. Essentially, I got £500. Now the VL200 is about £500. I think it's £512 on Amazon at the moment, just for the light, just for what I'm going to show you in this box here, the 150 version. But what you have to consider is this is a much more expensive light than one of these things. It's a lot heavier when you put a softbox on the front of it. That's the other consideration. You need to get a softbox as well to diffuse the light. And therefore, with that heaviness combined, you need something like this as well. And this is a Neewer heavy duty C-stand, which I'll try and show you in a bit more detail a bit later. But it comes with 2 points of increase in the height, and it goes up to 3 meters, I believe. Very, very durable. It's metal, it's strong. 3 solid legs that you can put sandbags on very easily. And this one I got also came with the boom pole and 2 what they call grip heads, 2 grip heads for attaching accessories, lights, etc. So that was a must for this light. I couldn't, there's no way I'd be putting this light on one of these little jobbies. Absolutely no chance. It's going to fall over if someone walks past it, 100%. So you need to consider that. It's all extra expense. That heavy duty C-stand with the boom pole, again, I'll put a link, but I think it's about 100 quid I paid for that. And the softbox, which I'll show you in a second as well, which I haven't actually unpacked yet, you have to get one of those really as well. You don't have to, but if you're going to be doing anything like this, you need a softbox to diffuse the light so it's not quite so harsh. And I went for quite a big softbox, bigger than these ones, because this light is quite harsh on me at the minute. The bigger the softbox, the less harsh the light will be. So let's get down to it. Let's see what's in the box. I'm excited. I haven't actually gone through this box yet. I've taken it out of the cardboard box. I've unzipped it and had a peek in the top, but this is the first time. So it comes in this nice padded heavy duty bag. I'll say heavy duty, medium duty. First thing I notice here is the zip pocket at the front and or the top of the lid. We've got a shoulder strap, and I believe from watching other videos, this thing here is for a V-mount battery for attaching if you have the controller. Some instructions, or it's actually a brochure of other things they do. Warranty card, get that registered, definitely. I don't know what that is, but I'll have a look at that in more detail later. That's the instruction manual, clearly. This, I believe, is the reflector. So it comes with a standard reflector, Bowens mount. So you can clip that into the light, into the front of the light. That, I think, is just padding for packaging. Let's have a look under here. Let's get straight to it. Let's get to the light. Nice lot of padding in this bag, definitely. These are the kit I got. Are some covers to diffuse the light with different colours. So there's a little bag. These will go over the front, I think just over the front of the LED based on the size of that. I'm not sure if they go, someone can correct me in the comments whether that is to stretch over the reflector. Maybe it is, I don't know. I'll try later. But I've got a bunch of those. So there's standard softbox diffuser, white, green, red, blue and yellow. So that's cool. If you want to do some extra different colours, you've got the option to do that. So here it is. Here's the light itself. I'm already excited. It's heavy. I've watched lots of videos on this, so I kind of know what to expect a little bit. But actually getting it in your hand is a different story. Let's just move that there. This comes with a nice protector on top, because in the side here you've got the AC or DC part, plus you've got a V-mount battery part. So let's take those out. And in the side here, another compartment, you've got the mains cable, remote control, and that must just be a European version of the mains cable. I'll have a look in a second. So let's get rid of the box. Put that under there. And let's have a look at some of these components in more detail. I'm going to be making lots of rustly noise here, aren't I? So forgive me. So there's your power brick. That, I'm assuming, goes into the back of the light, or it's going to go into this control box. And this is where the plug, one of these two plugs, will connect into the power brick. Usual stuff. Power brick, power cables. You know how that stuff works, right? Then you've got the control box. So, look at that. Got some Wi-Fi antennas. I believe that's for the remote control, the app to work with it. I don't know. I'm no expert yet. I'm going to have to read the instructions. But there it is. I mean, you've got a brightness dial, physical brightness dial on the front there, power on, and channel. You've also got this it's not tight, this extending piece of cable, so you can hang this onto the side of your C-stand, like so. Good job I put that there. There we go. So your light's up there. This cable is going to be the cable that connects from the control box to the C-stand. Sorry, to the light. So that's going to plug in there and go up to my light. I'm just going to hang that up there for now as well. And that'll be the light attached. You've also got the remote control. Let's get rid of the plastic. Very nice. It's a remote control. Oh, I bet it doesn't come with batteries. I didn't think of that. No, it doesn't go with batteries. I've got plenty of those knocking about though. Right, the light. There she is. Look at that. Look at that, the VL. That's not going to focus, is it? Because it's on face tracking. The VL150. Oh, it feels like a solid bit of kit. So you've got the, what do you call this? U-mount with a tightener. As I say, I've watched lots of professional YouTube channels that know what they're talking about when it comes to all the different types of lights. They've obviously used them for a long time. This has been given high rating in terms of how hard it can hold the light, the different positions you can articulate the light into, and it will hold nice and solid. This is all made, this is plastic, isn't it? But this part is metal. So that's where it will lock into the stand. That's the light itself. And that's where the power goes in the back. I mean, it's a light. Shall I try and power it on? Let's have a little look. So the cable clips in nice and securely, so it's not going to accidentally get pulled out. You've got one of those release catches or buttons there that you have to push to get the cable out. That part goes in there. So we've got those two things connected. That looks like a very long cable, which is great because you'd hang that on the C-stand, pop that on the end or the top. Don't have to have the boom pole on, obviously. I just happen to have that on at the moment. And then you've got plenty of cord here as well attached to the power brick, which I'm assuming then plugs into the bottom. Who needs instructions, eh? No, we don't need instructions. Oh, look at that. This cable is huge. So if you're in a situation where you need to position the light on set quite far away from a power outlet, they've thought about that by the looks of it. I know some people see that as a negative because you've got a lot of cable to tidy away and make sure people don't trip over. But as long as I've got loads of those Velcro cable tidies in my camera bag, always on me. I always have duct tape on me and hazard tape as well. So as long as you look after your cables, you should be fine. Make sure people don't trip. Whoa, that's it. Whoa. You probably can't see me now. Let's lower that brightness. Oh well, I'm looking at it upside down, so I can't see what I'm on. There we go, we're down to 5%. I believe the VL series is a step up from the S series for the reason that the brightness only went down to 5%, but this now goes right down to 0. Blinding everybody. At 70%, the brightness of this is already, as you'd expect, way better than the ESDDI jobbies. And that's what I wanted it to be. So I've got much more control over my light. This must be some kind of protective cover. I've just figured out how the Bowens mount works. Protective cover. You have a little release button on the side there. See that? I was trying to release that, twist that off without using the release mount. Release clip. So then your bone reflector just goes on there. So already you're getting more weight. Let's put it on again. Let's shine it behind me. Look at that. It's like a spotlight. Ta-da! I'm so happy. Yeah, amateur videographer leveling up lighting gear, stage 1. Have I got any advice on what I should have done? Did I waste any money? I don't think I did. For that thing, the Neewer LED panel, I've had it a long time, and I'm looking after it, so I'm hopefully gonna have it for a much longer time. And I do actually want to get some of those in the new RGB versions for colors and stuff, especially if I'm doing lots of dance videos for people or music videos, to give you that kind of ability to have different colors. And the fact that you can slip batteries on and take them outside really, really easily. 3 of those would be really good actually. And because they're dimmable and they can go quite bright. These things, the ESDDIs, perhaps in hindsight, I should have just saved up a bit more money and got what I just said, a couple more of those. I think that's probably what I do. These are, now I've got them, it's fine. They're great for fill lights, hair lights, whatever, extra lights that you need on set. They will do a job, but I could have probably saved, well, I only paid 45 quid. At the end of the day, it's 45 quid. So in that flash sale, they were worth it. But if I was paying 90 quid for them, no, I don't think so. I would advise against getting those if videography is your thing. If photography is your thing, maybe they're good for a fixed studio type situation. But this, different story. Right, next up, let's have a look at the softbox that I got. So it was at this point I realised this video is getting very long. It actually took me over 45 minutes to an hour to erect the softbox that I got from Godox. And you can see on the footage here, it's up, but it took me a long time. I'm looking a bit dishevelled, a bit sweaty. Purpose of me panning around here is just to show you the tightness of the space I had to work in. That's where I have my camera set up, the EOS R and a tripod. Kind of over the top of that is where I had the M50 for the top-down shots that I did. But the point is, I'm just showing you, this is pretty much, that's the only floor space I had to erect this huge 120 centimetre softbox. I had to move loads of stuff around. My kids were in bed. My girlfriend was in bed. I was trying to make as little noise as possible. It was a nightmare. So if you're going to get one of these for use at home, then I would probably suggest getting a smaller one. I'm going to keep using this on the left-hand side, the ESDDI, for anything I do for YouTube. Here I am just filming the back of the control box, and there's the VL150 actually there, but obviously the light is all around the front, so it's a bit dark there, so apologies for that. But yeah, it's huge. That's just 50% brightness. I actually took it down to 30 odd, and it was still as bright as the ESDDI. I think that's what I'm kind of trying to show here. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the VL150 and this softbox. I think for professional shoots, it's going to be an absolute godsend. You can see how pleased I am with myself, but it was just such a big thing to use in this small bedroom that I'm in at the minute. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I'll probably do another video for the softbox itself to show you how you erect it, how you take it down. Now I know. But yeah, thank you very much for watching so far. It's been a bit long, so I hope you're still with me. If you are enjoying the channel, then please do consider subscribing and liking, and please drop a comment on anything light related or beginner videography related. Drop some questions, drop some feedback, whatever you fancy really. Thank you very much. I will catch you later.